When do you start preparing for new coaches? At what point during the summer, I presume?
Yeah, in the summer, Randy, I mean, just as soon as we kind of have a handle on it. And really when we start all our prep, I mean, we start, studies on everybody. Guys that have been in the league, we do 2-3 year studies on them. And then, anybody that's new, try to go back. So, usually I think we try to get it prepped while we're on the road. And then usually as soon as we get back off the road and spring recruiting, usually is when it happens.
Doing it with Neil any different than Neil Brown, any different than anybody else?
No. I mean, just go back and study the history and their backgrounds and where they've been and coordinated and head coached and all those kind of things. And then obviously it's different when you play the first game of the year than it does. You at least see some film now of games that they played. And but no, we've tried to study them, all summer for sure.
How different are they? I know he's got some air raid principles, but they don't seem like they're necessarily full on air raid.
Oh, they're pretty air raid.
Okay.
I think they're they all have their different branches of the tree, I guess. Their scheme's difficult. I think they use tempo. They tried to tempo Texas kind of off the field and did a great job of it. Their guys knew what was going on, and so they did a great job. So that's obviously something you prepare for. And then a lot of the concepts are the same, and yet there's some they have their own wrinkles too, obviously. But I'm very impressive. When we studied in the summer the Troy film, and then obviously studying this year watching their games.
How much more do you need a healthy Greg then, especially for a team like that?
Well, you need healthy everybody's, in fairness, not just Greg. We need all our bodies, and the healthier he is, the better he plays, and but that's true of everybody. We need it's getting that time where we got to be smart with our guys, and we've tried to get a lot of reps for everybody, and we need everybody healthy for sure.
What's next for if Greg couldn't go? I guess how do you feel about what else you have for options?
I feel good. Those guys have gotten a lot of reps, obviously, because he's been injured and some of those kind of things. So, whether it be Braxton or Chima or whoever else ends up in there, get those guys some reps, and I feel good about them. Those guys are veteran guys, so it's just kind of figure out where we are as we get closer to the game and how many reps each guy gets.
I know you talked a little bit about Zach Peterson last week, but seeing his first full start, how consistent was he in your mind, and just the level of confidence maybe that he's playing with the increased reps?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan, since, way back. Really a good player, very competitive, really tough. And I was not surprised how he played in the game. Hasn't surprised me at any point in time, and I don't think he's really surprised any of us. He got a little more of an opportunity, obviously, and took full advantage of it.
He said last year he was kind of hard on himself in practice and stuff when he wouldn't maybe execute a call the right way, and Ray would help him out or Jaquan would help him out. How much more is he just self-assured maybe? And
he's not self-assured. He was mad at himself today. So, but that's why he's good. That's why he's a good player.
Fritz Campbell called himself a ding-dong yesterday for considering redshirting him. What were the lobbying efforts? What were the conversations like, in terms of getting him on, not doing the gray shirt?
I don't even think there's conversations. I think players kind of determine whether they redshirt or not. I think there comes points where there's no discussion necessary, and I think he proved he could play and do all those things, and on kickoffs and all the above. So, usually those aren't conversations. Usually those get shown on film, and then there isn't much of a conversation, and you just kind of roll with it.
Other than maybe a little stretch between the third and fourth quarters where TCU scored a few times, there's probably not much to not like about Saturday, but what was the main takeaway of the things that you maybe didn't like Saturday?
Well, there was always plenty for me. You guys know me. There's always plenty for me not to like. So that stretch of play, I thought, we kind of relaxed. And again, those are some difficult situations. We're answering the bell. Our guys on offense were incredible, and we got up, and all of a sudden, it's a different situation that you're in, and you can't play different, and you can't call different, and all of those things, and yet that's hard. You're trying not to make mistakes. You're trying not, and sometimes when you do that, you make big ones. And I think the biggest thing from those were we've been really solid on not giving up big plays. We gave up a huge play in all three of those drives for touchdowns, and that's not been us. And that was probably the most disappointing thing to me, that we give up big plays and don't force teams to drive the ball. I mean, that's the thing we've been able to do against TCU the last few years, was make them drive the field. And we didn't make them do that on their scores, and that's on us for sure.
I think Greg had come out right before that, did it feel, did Greg get, or is it more so like you said, just a relaxation?
No, I don't, and again, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, I guess, but I just, again, the big play was the critical thing in each drive. And you can't give up big plays in this conference. If you do, you'll give up points, and we've been really good at not doing that, and we weren't on Saturday. The 3 drives all had 3 big plays, and we won't survive doing that. We can't have big plays this week, we can't have big plays next week or the week after, and that's what we've been really good at. That's what's allowed our team to have some success, and it just can't happen. I mean, those are the things we got to stop, we got to eliminate.